Every day to be perfectionists. Nobody is perfect, but we strive every day to be the best that we can possibly be. This kid works extremely hard, but you can never take anything for granted. I think this fighter is more dangerous than Abner Maris.
This is not a Lamont Roach, but a fighter can do everything in the gym, man.
Against Gervonta. Oh, of course. Man, Gervonta is a very...
At the Lamont Roach press conference, Floyd Mayweather delivered a serious warning to Gervonta "Tank" Davis, telling him he's putting himself at risk. The atmosphere grew tense as Mayweather cautioned Davis about the dangers he faces both inside and outside the ring. Meanwhile, Floyd Scofield didn't hold back, stating that no one is afraid of Davis. He criticized Tank for spending too much time on social media instead of focusing on his actual opponents. According to Scofield, despite all of Davis's online antics, he still struggles to win over fans.
You know, why be on Twitter all the time and, you know, going back and forth with these guys when you got a job to do? You know, there's fighters out there who are on Twitter 24/7 and can't satisfy their own fan base. So I'm not going to end up like those fighters because, you know, my job is fighting first and making it out that ring safe. Then possibly after the fight, I can call, you know, names out, you know, after the fight. But, you know, being online all the time, that's not for me. It was never for me. I didn't even want an Instagram, but my dad was like, you got to create a fan base. So.
Wow. Young guy, and you don't even care about social media. I mean, that just goes to show how focused you are, obviously, on the end goal of what you want for your career. One of the things you talked about, too, is that you don't... obviously, money's important, don't get me wrong. Everybody needs to survive. You obviously want to make a better living for yourself, but legacy seems to be more on the forefront for you than just...
Scofield also hinted that Lamont Roach could deliver a shocking knockout, shaking up the boxing world. While many see Roach as the underdog, Scofield believes he has what it takes to pull off a major upset. If Roach manages to stop Tank, it would go down as one of the most unexpected moments in recent boxing history.
Fight as opposed to your own?
Me personally, no, because I don't know what Lamont Roach and his team are working on. I don't want to, you know, down the man because who knows, maybe he might shock the world. It's not on us to decide. I mean, boxing is a one-shot sport. Anything can happen. Nobody's invincible from getting knocked out. So, I mean, Tank better stay off Twitter. He better worry about his opponent. So, that's all I got to say. But in my opinion, Tank should win, but you never know.
Okay. All right. Floyd, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. It was lovely meeting you. And hopefully we'll be able to catch up with you post-fight.
Yes, of course.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Many see this matchup as a huge money-making event. Lamont Roach fights at 130 pounds, while Gervonta "Tank" Davis competes at 135 pounds. Despite the weight difference, the fight is expected to bring in massive revenue. Fans are excited to watch these two top fighters face off, making it a highly profitable event for everyone involved.
One of the greats, one of the legends, one of the GOATs said to himself, Sugar Tank Davis. So we know that Tank Davis loves to be painting his nails, wearing stilettos, wearing them purses. How many pay-per-view buys does this Roach Jr. coming up for 130? How many buys do you think this does, my brother?
I mean, 350 is what Tank and Frank did, and Frank wasn't a champion. Roach has been around. He lost to Jamel Herring. He came back from defeat to be a world champ. I think it'll do a good 450, 500.
I think it does maybe 175,000 pay-per-view buys if David Benavidez isn't a part of that crowd, because we know that the Ecuadorian guacamole in Arizona sun where Tuton is from. So they know that without David Benavidez, they can't bring that extra 150,000 pay-per-view buys. It looks like it's going to crash, like the stock market one day will crash.
Kenny Ellis believes the Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach fight is earning more respect from boxing fans. He praises Roach's strong amateur and professional career, calling him a skilled world champion. Ellis points out that while Roach was often underrated, fans are now starting to appreciate his talent. He explains that Roach's lower visibility is due to a lack of self-promotion. If a fighter doesn't put themselves out there, people won't notice them. Despite his quiet personality, Roach is proving he has what it takes in the ring.
This fight, March 1st, I see Lamont working out a lot in the gym with his father, with a whole bunch of coaches up in Florida. Do you see a different Lamont Roach coming into this fight?
No, I don't. It's I tell people all the time. No offense. No, this is not a Lamont Roach, but a fighter can do everything in the gym, man. They can do their push-ups, their pull-ups. They can run 10 miles a day. They can eat their diet. They can change their diet. They can do everything right, but it have to be in your DNA to take pain. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Are you willing and able to take the pain that come with this shit? That's for any fighter, you know?
Right.
And that's the difference in a lot of the fights. You got to be willing to take the pain that come with it.
Mm. Now,
in the actual fight, not the training, in the actual fight.
In the actual fight, what's the difference between, you know, the pain inside the gym gearing up to the fight versus the lights and you know, being on Showtime?
No, the workout pain, muscle sore, fatigue, that's different, but
it prepares you for those lights.
That pain in the actual fight, man, when shit get rattled, your eggs get scrambled, your eyes get blurry, fucking mouth and nose get fucked up. You know, a little bit of everything, body shots. You just gotta be willing to take the pain and come with it. Mm-hmm. You know, getting your equilibrium shook every other round.
Gervonta Davis is facing criticism, with some calling him a cherry picker, while others believe this fight is underrated. Unexpected matchups often deliver more excitement than highly anticipated super fights. Johnny Ortiz has come to Davis's defense, arguing that he shouldn't be blamed for taking on Lamont Roach, who is a champion. He questions whether Tank is supposed to just sit and wait for bigger names, emphasizing that since Roach holds a title, the fight is justified.
Say Davis, catching a lot of backlash. You know, you got people that are calling Tank a cherry picker, people that are saying it's a good fight, an underrated fight. I'm more of the latter. I think that it's always the fights that the fans really aren't asking for that are really the good fights. Because the fights that we consider super fights, oh man, this guy versus that guy is going to be the greatest fight ever. Them Jones is like whitewashes.
Yeah, because certain brands, when it comes to like bigger names, don't mean it's always the best fight when it comes to skill, and that's where I get where you coming from. But Lamont Roach, we know he don't got a big name. Good fighter, champion 130. The thing is, when it comes to Lamont Roach, is where I say, but people don't know, they'd be like taking cherry picking. But how is take cherry picking when literally he's supposed to be right now like the face of boxing right now, like most popular, especially Black American, and everybody's offers came up with reasons why he can't fight him. Starting with Lomachenko, there was Rayo, De Los Santos hurt. They try to offer the WBO.
Dennis Berinchik?
Dennis Berinchik. Didn't hear it back. So it ain't like.
So wait. You're in the back rooms, right? Yeah. I see people giving you shit in the comments, but you're in the back rooms. Run off everybody who Team Tank hit up for a fight.
I just named the four for sure. Then Lomachenko.
No, just running back just in case they missed it.
Lomachenko, Berinchik, Rayo, De Los Santos, and Tio.
Mickey Bay admits he initially wanted Tank to face a different opponent, but understands the reasoning behind fighting Roach, a champion with a solid record. He acknowledges Tank's global popularity, second only to Canelo, and recognizes the business appeal of this matchup, especially since both fighters come from the same area. Bay sees it as a smart move that balances competition with financial sense. Whether the fight happens in Vegas or their hometown, he believes it makes sense from both a sporting and business perspective.
But at the same time, this one you could say, all right, I'll take that. Dude got a good record, he a champion, they from the same area. It make business sense. I think Tank, other than Canelo, Tank is probably maybe the most like fighter where people excited to see across the world. So he get them kind of perks. So you can't, that's what the question you just asked me about business. That's a business move. When we said what's the difference between business to, the business side of boxing. Yeah. he giving us something to where it's like, all right, it's a good fight, but it make business sense because they both from the same town. I ain't sure if they gonna, wherever they do it, it's gonna make sense, whether it's Vegas or they hometown, but I like it. It's a good fight.
How does that fight play out, Mickey?
I see Tank by stoppage, man. It's his time right now, man. It's gonna take, somebody like a Shakur. I would have liked to see him with Lomachenko, but Loma, I guess Loma didn't want that fight. So it's gonna take somebody real crafty to go them 12 rounds with Tank, because Tank is real.
Many see both Lamont Roach and Gervonta Davis as elite fighters, making it tough to predict a winner. Roach is not only confident in his chances, but is already planning to challenge Tank to a rematch after this bout. His determination and self-belief add even more intensity to this growing rivalry.
Against Gervonta.
Oh, of course.
Now, Gervonta is a very aggressive fight. I've watched his tape. I've watched yours. I have no particular pick because I think you are as skilled. I know Gervonta is definitely skilled and a beast. My question really is, if you win this fight, who do you fight next? Because I would imagine that if you got permission to go up, nobody else in the other weight classes would be of interest to you. Where do you go next?
See, now we're getting somewhere. I'll fight him again.
You would do a rematch?
Yeah.
And does that make the purse bigger?
I mean, obviously, there's a rematch clause, people, so get ready for 2 fights. But, yes, and after I beat him the second time, I probably would ask the WBA to let me go up to 140 and fight Rayo. Because I asked them to fight Rayo before Tank and them, before we would propose this fight.
Yes.
I did ask to fight the 140-pound champ. Before this,
you were prepared for.
Lamont Roach has made it clear that his fight against Gervonta Davis isn't about money. He sees Tank as an easy opponent, even calling him a piece of cake. Roach insists that he is the true champion at 130 pounds, while Davis competes at 135. However, he believes the weight difference won't matter once they step into the ring.
30 people, knocked out, 28 of them, right? What makes you different?
He probably can't answer that question. He probably can't answer that question. But it's the skill, the will. I got the whole package, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not sitting there waiting to get hit by nobody, especially somebody that's supposed to be a power puncher. That's evidently a power puncher. I got too much. I got too much for me to go out like that. I'm not saying he don't, but I can't. If anything, I'm trying to flip it around. I'm trying to make it flip the narrative. Like I'm the one in there.
Shakur Stevenson has shown serious interest in facing Gervonta Davis, believing their matchup would be one of the biggest fights in boxing today. He's confident that the fight would draw huge attention from fans and media, turning it into a must-see blockbuster event.
Me and Tank, it's the biggest fight in the world. Yeah. It's gonna be the biggest boxing fight in the world when it happens. I can see it happening not too far in the future.
Really?
I can see it happening. I don't think I think Tank will sign that contract.
Dang.
And I'm going to sign a contract too, so it's
then you're gonna get it on.
Yeah.
Nope. He almost hit you. I see that. Hold on. I know what y'all be gonna know. I go that way for a reason. I wish the girl recorded. I wish she recorded.
Gervonta Davis has made it clear that he wants exciting fights, and he believes his matchup with Lamont Roach has the potential to deliver the action he's looking for. In contrast, Davis has said that a fight against Shakur Stevenson wouldn't offer the same level of excitement.
Show y'all something, I want y'all to pay close attention. Tank's telling y'all, he don't want to chase him around. Y'all want to see Tank knock people out. You don't want to see him chase somebody around the whole fight, because what happened when Shakur do it, when somebody chasing him around, it's boring. What's next for Tank? If anything, it's going to be Keyshawn out of them two. Keyshawn is more entertaining. Keyshawn gonna stand there and throw the punches. You can look into Shakur eyes when I show y'all this, when Terrence Crawford say, look, he up next, and how he turned his head, like he don't even believe in himself no more. Like, check it out, man.
What have he done in the sport? He hasn't done nothing.
You don't think he's better than any of the guys you face?
Looking more better than him. Who that? Keyshawn.
He's playing Matador for moments, goes downstairs with a vicious right.
Fewer Keyshawn's gonna get tanked, so the walls are closing in. So awesome.
It's gonna be him though.
It makes sense.
Again, Shakur's not countering.
During a heated exchange, Gervonta Davis warned Lamont Roach to keep family out of their rivalry. Roach had previously mentioned that his family in Washington, D.C. strongly supports his boxing career. However, Davis made it clear that their trash talk should stay between them and not involve their loved ones.
My whole family is from DC. My whole family, like my entire family.
Don't bring them. Don't bring them.
For what?
Don't bring them. I'm telling you.
They gonna celebrate with me. Yeah.
Don't bring them.
It's gonna be a party on your floor.
I'm gonna let y'all know something. His father was up here shaking on the what's the name? He was shaking on the
Pops.
On my kids, he was shaking on this thing. On my kids, he was shaking.
Don't say, bro.
That's cap. What I'm about to say?
How you gonna say it's cap? And
it gotta be.
You gonna say it's cap? I'm watching them.
Gotta be.
Hey,
somebody lying.
Good.
Hey.
Yeah, somebody lying. Hey. Somebody lying.
Hey.
Okay, Tank.
There is no credible information confirming that Gervonta Davis has placed a $100 billion bet on his fight with Lamont Roach. Let me know if you'd like me to adjust the statement or rewrite it in a more realistic way.
What? Who said that? You said what? You said what? Yeah, that's why I've been waiting for the niggas to talk. How much you want back? How much you want to bet? Because I came up here alone. How much y'all want back? How much you want back? Just call it out. Huh? 100? That's a bet. What's your name? Al, where you from? All right, bet. It's a bet.
Yeah, cuz. Tank, you feeling better now. Tank feeling better. Yeah. Somebody done got him out his bag.
Lamont, what's going down March 1st? Prediction, how does it play out at Barclays Center here?
You signed 100K?
Come on, hey, fool, hold on. He with me, so he wasn't gonna say nothing. He wasn't gonna say no number with no K.
Y'all want to bet 100? Right.
At a press conference, Gervonta Davis discussed how his opponents often change once they step into the ring with him. He explained that many fighters talk tough beforehand, but when they finally face him, they quickly realize the gap in skill and power. Tank is confident that Lamont Roach will experience the same reality.
The people who I fight, when they start talking, that's when y'all get dumb. I'm gonna beat his ass.
He can't do shit.
For real. I better be quiet.
I don't give a f***. Y'all was quiet.
Ski mask and all that.
He got the whole hood over there.
Like, twisted up. I don't give a
I can do whatever y'all want. My mother, he can't stop nothing over here.
None of that.
Not at all.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna f him up.
Not at all. Never. Nothing's gonna get f***ed with. What do I look like getting f***ed up?
Okay.
That shit.
Okay.
That shit ain't never gonna stop nothing over here.
And he gonna pay for it. I guarantee he pay for it. I guarantee it.
Calm down, brother.
Come to the fight. Come to the fight.
They probably gonna get you.
Stephen Espinosa responded to questions about Gervonta Davis fighting Lamont Roach on March 1st in New York. He acknowledged Roach's intelligence and skill, but understood why some fans are skeptical about the matchup. Espinosa explained that when it comes to top-tier fighters like Tank and Canelo, expectations are always sky-high. He also shared that discussions for a Shakur-Stevenson fight didn't move forward due to concerns over long-term agreements. While Tank has competed at 140, Espinosa believes 135 is his ideal weight. Despite some criticism, he sees this fight as the right move for now, with bigger opportunities still possible in the future.
Versus Lamont Roach, right? March 1st, we're going to get this fight here in New York. There are a lot of questions of why Lamont Roach, right? Let's not discredit him. He's a great fighter, great chin, high IQ. But why Lamont Roach? That's the questions that all the fans are asking at the beginning.
Look, I think the reality is
I think those are fair questions. I mean, look, when you have fighters the caliber of Tank, of Canelo, the bar is always high. When you continue to perform well against high-level opposition, people expect a lot from you. There were preliminary discussions about the Shakur fight, early on, like back early, for 2024 before this was scheduled. Didn't get very far for reasons I won't go into. But
come on.
I just think there were, I'm not sure that the time was right. I think, what Shakur was looking for was something different than, he was looking for more of a long-term commitment other than just doing one fight, and so he's got his deal, he's getting busy. He's got a fight scheduled, and, maybe we'll pick up and do something there. But aside from that, I mean, to be candid, those are the big names at 135. I know Tank has gone up to 140, and he would on occasion. He hasn't looked the best there. Overall, I think 135 is his best.
Lamont Roach is considered one of the top fighters in his division. Unlike contenders like Frank Martin, Roach has already secured a championship title and is in his prime, displaying elite skills. His experience and talent make him a real threat to Gervonta Davis. That's all for today's video. Stay tuned for more updates.